silent. When you hear your name or your case file, please stand to your feet while addressing the judge. If he directs you to approach the podium, please do so at that time. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's right at 1:30. Judge Eric Moore. This is the Orca status calendar. I believe that most of the cases, or all of the cases that are on this calendar have been on the calendar before. But let me just say to those of you that are defendants in the case, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney represent you with these proceedings. We do have public defenders that are on the line that if you have not sought to qualify for a public defender and wish to do so today, I'll be happy to give you that opportunity. But as I said before, these cases have been on the calendar before, and I believe that we've given you that opportunity. But if you would like to have that opportunity again today, I'm happy to extend that to you. We also have solicitors that are on the line with us and that are in the courtroom with me. If you would like to see what their offer is to resolve the case, I'm happy to let you speak with one of them today. Okay, when I call your name, if you're in the court, please stand up. If you're on Zoom, please unmute yourself. Let me know that you're here. Position 1, Travion Burks.
Here.
Yes. Good morning. Good afternoon, Mr. Burks. Are you still represented by George White?
No, I'm not. Is that public defender?
I'm not sure if it's a private attorney or a public defender. Have you sought to be represented by a public defender in the past?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to seek representation today?
Yes, with my lawyer, yes.
Say it again, sir.
I have a private lawyer.
Okay. Who is your private lawyer?
Kevin Fisher.
And does Mr. Fisher know that you have a hearing today?
Yes, he knows. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll hold on your case to give him an opportunity to present to the court. We'll be with you, sir. Position 2, Corey Calhoun. Corey Calhoun.
They would request a bench warrant, Judge.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Reiser. If Mr. Calhoun does not appear by the end of
I'm here.
Okay, good afternoon.
Warrant, please. Oh, man.
Let's see, do you have a private attorney representing you in the matter?
No, sir, I do not. I had Shannon Render, but I haven't spoke to him in about a month or so I don't know what's going on.
Have you sought to see if you qualify for a public defender?
No, sir, I would actually love to try to work that option if I can.
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Calhoun. Let's see. Ms. Helen, are you on with me?
Yes, Judge.
Would you mind letting everyone know how they can qualify for the public defender services if they seek to qualify for the court, please?
Sure, Judge. If you are seeking the services of the Public Defender's Office, please include your first and last name, your email address, and a phone number requesting an application. We'll email you that application so you can fill it out completely to see if you qualify. If you do qualify, we can move forward. If you do not, we'll tell you what the next steps are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you'll start that process, Mr. Calhoun. Thank you, Ms. Helen. We'll be back with you, Mr. Calhoun. Thank you. Position 3, George Carter. George Carter. I have that he's represented by Timothy McCaleb.
Judge, I'm showing that Mr. McCaleb filed a motion to withdraw back in August of 2019.
Okay. If Mr. Carter does not appear by the end of the calendar, a bench warrant will be granted, Ms. Reiser.
Thank you.
Position 4, Brandon Dartry. Brandon Dartry. If Mr. Dartry doesn't appear by the end of the calendar, bench warrant will be granted, Ms. Reiser.
Thank you.
Position 5, Jamarcus Holiday. Jamarcus Holiday. Mr. Holiday does not appear by the end of the calendar, bench warrant will be granted. Position 6, Diedrich Holmes. Mr. Majeski, I have down that Mr. Holmes is represented by you.
I'm sorry, Judge, I misheard what you said. On this
Uh-huh.
particular case, we're gonna have to go ahead and submit an application to DUI court. He's got 3 different cases here.
Okay.
Mr. Majeski, do you have the DUI court referral?
I do, ma'am.
Okay. Do
Thank
want
you.
to Email that over to DUI court and I'll let them know it's coming over.
It's funny. I want to say like those old 80 commercials. I got it from you. I got it from you.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Holmes is also position 7. Position 8. So let's see, if he's accepted, then he'll go to DUI court. If he's not accepted, then he'll remain here.
Longer conversation with Ms. Reiser.
Okay. Position 8, Kaylee Jackson.
All right, Judge, this is also my case. I don't know what to say about this one. The state, well, I don't know if this solicitor is aware. In this particular case, there's a videotape that they have to prove their case. I've been asking for it for years. I don't think they're going to be able to get it. They said they're going to produce it. They haven't. And it's not a knock on the state. I just don't think they can. And I've announced ready on this case several different occasions in front of Judge Mather. So I don't know where that leaves us.
And Judge, I'm aware of the video issue. I think the response that we got back from the police department is that they don't have the video. We don't have it. Just because we don't have a video, I don't believe that's going to bar the prosecution from going forward. If that's Mr. Majeski's position, then I understand, but the state will still move forward on this.
Would you be open to taking a look at some case law that might disagree?
Yeah, and I can share my case law with you as well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on a jury trial calendar. And if you can work it out, fine. If you can't, then you'll be on that calendar. So we don't have one scheduled as of yet. You'll get notification of the next jury trial calendar.
Okay, Ms. Reiser, are you going to keep this or do I need to deal with somebody else?
If it's going on a jury trial calendar, yes, I'll be involved with it.
All right, cool.
All right, I see Miss Jackson there. Good afternoon, Miss Jackson. If it's all right with you, Mr. Majeski, she's free to go.
All right, thank you, Judge. That concludes my business with you. Can I be excused?
Yes, you're free to go also. Have a good afternoon.
thank
Thank you.
You too. Okay.
Position 9, Frederick Johnson.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Afternoon, Mr. Murphy.
And Mr. Johnson's on the call.
Okay, where are we with this?
The state had sent me an offer. I don't believe it was from Miss Reiser, one of her associates. So I don't know if I could talk to either Miss Reiser or her associate about the case, and then we'll have an announcement.
You can talk with me. The ASG previously or does the virtual calendars is out on vacation, but I'm up to date on everything, so we can go do a pre-trial.
That'll be great.
I'll put you in a breakout room, Mr. Murphy, as soon as I conclude calling the calendar, okay?
Appreciate it. Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Position 10, Thomas Jones.
President Jones.
Good afternoon, Judge. Charles Thornton. On behalf of
Afternoon,
Mr. Jones.
afternoon, Mr. Jones and Mr. Thornton. Where are we with this?
I know, what's the position of the state? I mean, whoever's involved.
I think an offer was relayed to you on May 17th of 2023.
Yeah, that is correct. And I provided documents too. There was a lady, there's a different lady with a different name, I'm sorry. And she was to get back to me. Had heard nothing from her.
Okay, I can ask the documents from her, but she's on vacation this week, so I would say we can just move it to a jury trial calendar.
That'll be fine.
Well, before I do that, I want you to be able to communicate on the case. So, Ms. Riser and Ms. Thornton, I'd also like to put you into a breakout room prior to.
Why? I mean, I'm sorry, Judge. I'm trying to understand why. You want us to communicate about what?
Well, you did say why, so I'll tell you why. Why is because apparently you've submitted some information and Ms. Riser doesn't seem to know about it. But if we can move the case forward today in some type of way, I would prefer to do that. So I would prefer that you all try to talk about it to see if you can work out some of your differences, or see if you can talk to her and she talk to you to make sure that you all have all the information that you need. So that we can move the case forward. Okay, that's why, Mr. Thornton.
Okay.
All right, very good. We will, I'll put you into a breakout room as soon as we conclude the calendar. Position 11, Gregory Kimber.
Here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kimber. Do you have representation on this matter?
Not at the moment. I was trying to get an attorney, but I was told one of the DAs was telling me at the last thing to hold off on that and they'll get back with me. But I never got back with me, so I just need maybe a week, maybe a month, just get my own attorney myself.
Have you sought to qualify for a public defender, Mr. Kimber?
No, sir, I haven't, but I actually have the funds. I just need time to acquire someone.
Okay, well, you've been on the calendar before.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but like I said, the last district attorney I talked with when I was in there, I was telling them my case, and she was reading over everything. She was telling me that okay, they maybe they don't move forward. It was a big accident and everything, and she was telling me just to hold off on getting my attorney, and they'll get back with me in September. I received something, but I never received anything, and I got a court date today. So I mean, a few weeks ago. So I mean, I guess I apologize for waiting on doing what I was told to do. It's my fault.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, Mr. Kimber. This is a serious charge, so I want to make sure that you're properly represented. What I'm going to need for you to do is I will place it on another status calendar, but I need for you to make some efforts to get representation, okay? Given the serious nature of this charge.
No, it wasn't serious. Now that's what I was telling her, and I was leaving work. It was an accident. No one, wasn't DUI.
Mr. Kimber, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say
okay. Yes, sir. I apologize, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
You're fine, Mr. Kimber. Let's see, did you have something further, Ms. Riser?
No, Judge, I was just, before he went on, I just wanted to stop him.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
You're fine, Mr. Kimber. August 2nd, okay? So as long as you're working on trying to get a lawyer, I'll work with you, but make some serious attempts, okay?
Yes, sir. It's no problem, Your Honor. Like I said, I apologize. Wrong.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Kimber. You'll get a notice for August 2nd, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That's also going to be at 1:30.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a great day.
You have a good day also. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Position 12, Shahee Mans. SIHEEMANNS. If they don't show by the end of the calendar, bench warrant will be granted. Position 13, Marcel Mabea.
I don't think he's on the Zoom call and he's not here. and I don't know why. May I step outside?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll hold for your report, Mr.
And I'm on another Zoom call right now as well. So.
Okay, all right. Got the court now.
There we are. We're here, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Position 14, Franklin Modi.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Derek Wright for Mr. Modi. He should be on.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wright.
I'm not sure where he's at, but I know
He's on. It looks like he's connecting to audio, but his monitor is off. His camera's off. He has 2 open windows.
Okay. Where are we with this, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, this is an old case. He has also a pending case in Superior Court. Based on how a plea in this case will affect him in his Superior Court case, which is before Judge McAfee, I'd prefer to try to get the other case resolved, or at least get a global resolution before the possibility of trying to enter into a plea. There's also immigration issues at stake based on how these cases get resolved for Mr. Modi.
Any idea of when, how far along the Superior Court case is?
I know it's on the trial calendar with Judge McAfee. We reported earlier this month to the trial calendar. I'm not sure where in the pecking order on that trial calendar it is, Judge.
Okay. So I'm of course willing to hold on that. Should I place you back onto an August calendar?
August would be perfect. I'm sure that case is very likely to be resolved by August.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put you on the August 2nd status calendar at 1:30. If that case does come to resolution, or you want a global resolution, if you'll please reach out to Ms. Reiser or one of her associates, so that when you come back, we can move that case forward, okay?
Will do, Judge.
All right, very good.
Okay, Judge, with that, that would conclude my business. May me and Mr. Modi be excused.
Yes, have a good afternoon.
All
Thank
right,
you.
have a good afternoon, Judge.
Thank you. Position 15, Ms. Shawn Morris. Ms. Shawn Morris. If Ms. Morris doesn't appear by the end of the calendar, a bench warrant will be issued. Position 16, Marquise Neal.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Neal. Are you represented?
Well, with that, I have an attorney, but I am currently in a few other legal bindings, and I just need a little bit more time to come up with his representation fee.
Okay. You've also been here before, Mr. Neal. I am willing to give you one additional opportunity to get counsel. I need you to make a diligent effort to go ahead and get that done as quickly as possible. I'll also place you on that August 2nd status calendar.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be retaining attorney William Toe if that's needed from you.
Okay. As soon as you retain him, have him file a notice of appearance for you, so he's your attorney of record, and we can get the case on the right track. Okay, Mr. Neal?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You have a good afternoon. You'll get notice.
Absolutely. You as well.
Thank you. Position 17, Houston Newsom.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Yes,
This is Patrice
I'm here,
Cummings,
Your Honor.
Public Defender's Office. Mr. Newsom is on Zoom. That's my case this morning. We're actually going to be accepting a plea, but there are some terms that I'd like to discuss with Your Honor and the state about that plea.
Okay.
I apologize for cutting you off. It's for DUI court. There were 2 offers that were offered. It was DUI court and then non-DUI court. Mr. Newsom has accepted the DUI court offer.
Okay, well, he has to be accepted into DUI court, so.
Yes, and Ms. Helen, has he done the has he made the referral form and done the evaluation yet?
So for Mr. Newsom, that wasn't made clear on the last court date. I thought that he was able to accept a plea under, well, okay, so no, none of those things have been done. If we could get an opportunity to do that, so then he can also accept the plea, we would like to do that, Judge.
Yeah, and I can email you over the form and he can get started on that today. He'll just fill that out, and on the back of the form, there's an email address. You will need to email it to the DUI court team and they'll help you through there. And then once he gets accepted, then we can take his plea.
And I was not under that understanding, Judge, and Mr. Newsom was not under that understanding last court. We just got the plea and we thought the next court date, that's what would be done. I will fill out that application. I have done so for another case. I will get that submitted. And then I will make sure Mr. Newsom knows what it means to be a part of that program and also get the assessment done. Could we be reset to have that done and just give us enough time to make sure that that's done, Judge?
Okay, August 2nd, status calendar, that'll give you enough time?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll place you on that calendar.
Same time, 1:30, Judge.
That's correct, Ms. Helen.
And is Mr. Newsom excused today, Judge?
Yes, have a good afternoon, Mr. Newsom. Thank you.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
You're
Mr. Newsom.
No problem.
Position 18, Isis Pina. I have it, Mr. Pina on. Ms. Pina. That they're represented by Ms. McLeod. Can we check to see if Ms. McLeod plans on joining us this afternoon? Thank you. We'll hold for Ms. McLeod's announcement. Position 19, Brenda Prada. Brenda Prada. Bench warrant will be granted if Ms. Prada does not join us by the end of the calendar.
Judge, I thought I seen her early on.
Sorry, I didn't unmute myself.
Oh, okay, good afternoon. I have Prada, but it says Parada there. Is it Prada?
Yes,
or Parada?
it's Parada, and I couldn't find it through the court search because of that.
Okay, we'll make sure to get the name corrected, Ms. Parada.
Thank you.
Let's see. Do you have private counsel representing you in this matter?
No, I'm not aware of what this court date's about.
Okay, you've been charged in case 19 CR 010319G with willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. That occurred, allegedly occurred on August 28th of 2019. Okay. Would you like to see if you qualify for the services of a public defender today?
And I could still get the public defender today to.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am. If you qualify.
Yes.
Okay, so were you listening earlier when Ms. Helen went through the steps to qualify?
Yes, and it's in the chat. So,
okay. So if you'll go ahead and put that information in, I'll get back with you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Position 20, Khadijah Shabazz.
Good afternoon, Judge. That's my case. That may be a plea today. I just need to speak with the state to work out a few more details on the negotiation.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, she's online, Judge.
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes, I see Ms. Shabazz. I was just, are you all going to assist us today from the solicitor's office and in the courtroom?
Judge, I can ask Ms. Waldrop to come down with some plea paperwork.
Okay, no, you've got some colleagues that are here, so I didn't know if they were here just observing. Because
Yes.
I'm gonna put them to work.
Yes, put them to work. But if there's plea in person, I'll have Ms. Waldrop come down with the plea paperwork.
Okay, if you'll do that for me, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
But Ms. Rosa, what is your I was gonna say, can you send in the chat your phone number so I can give you a call?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thanks. About this case.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
All right, position 21, Elvis Silva. Represented by Russell Burnett.
Your mic is muted.
Hello.
Oh, yes, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon now, sorry. Oh, yes, my lawyer passed away unfortunately in 2019. Yeah, and I was, right now I don't have a lawyer.
Mr. Silva, would you like to see if you qualify for the services of a public defender this afternoon?
Yeah, sure. And another thing, my case been for 7 years already. Is any way like you can negotiations something or cannot?
Yes, sir. Let's see if you qualify for the services of a public defender. And if you do, then they will assist you with your request, okay?
Yes, please. Yes, it's too long already.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Silva, were you listening when Ms. Helen went through how to qualify?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you'll go into the chat and place your information and begin the paperwork, we'd appreciate it, okay?
Okay, what happens if I don't qualify? I need to hire my own attorney or how that works?
I'll talk to you about that if you don't qualify.
Okay. So I'll go back to the chat right now, you say?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Position 22, Jermaine Stevens.
Here, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Stevens. You were also represented by Russell Burnett?
Yes, sir, he passed away.
Okay. Have you sought to qualify for a public defender, or would you like to do that?
No, sir, I'm in the process of obtaining another attorney.
Okay. What have you done thus far to get that done for the court?
Ever since I got the letter, I had recently came back to the country.
Okay.
That's when I got the letter. I didn't have time enough to get to his office and get payment for it.
All right. Given the nature of the charge, I'll give you that opportunity. I'm going to put you back on the August 2nd status calendar. It's at 1:30 as it is today. If you do hire an attorney, please have him or her file a notice of appearance as soon as possible so that they can begin helping you with this charge. If you don't have an attorney by the time you come back next time, we're going to have to go to other options. Okay.
Understand.
All right. Any questions for me?
All
right. You have a good afternoon, Mr. Spear. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Position 23, Timothy Taylor. Timothy Taylor, represented by David Colquitt. Oh, I'm sorry. Good afternoon.
Yeah. I've been trying to contact Mr. Taylor. He's under the delusion that his case is disposed of for some reason. He told his mother that, and when I communicated to her, she told me that he told her that his cases were dismissed or because of the time issue, 4 years. And I told her that that's not the case and that that's a delusion and he needs to address it, come to court. So I was hoping he was going to be on the Zoom call this morning, this afternoon. Clearly he's not. So it's your disposition to either do bond forfeiture or what have you.
Okay. And when did you last speak with him?
My name?
No. When did you last speak with your client?
Oh, it was the last time we were in court. I believe Michael Anderson was the solicitor. It was several months ago. The last time we were in court here, it was several months ago.
Okay.
And I have the same information that the court has in terms of contact information. And so I called that number recently, and the number just, the phone just rings. No one picks up.
Okay.
So I'm unable to contact him.
All right. Well, we have sent notice to him at the last place that we knew that he was residing. As such, Mr. Colquitt, a bench warrant will be issued.
Yeah, and if he happens to go out of the blue, I'll definitely inform him.
Okay.
He lives in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, as you know from the notice, and he's been there ever since. I don't know if he's going back to the Georgia. He's extradited. So
okay. All right.
That's actually two cases. One in DeKalb County as well, and I represent him on that case. And I don't know if he's under a similar delusion with respect to that case as well. But in any event, it is what it is.
Okay. Well, if you do are able to contact him, just let him know that a bench warrant has been issued. And if he wants to withdraw that bench warrant by coming in and dealing with his case, I'm happy to consider that. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
And excuse.
Yes. Have a good day. Thank you. Position 24, Nicholas Thomas.
Good afternoon, Judge. Jeff Hood from Mr. Thomas. He's here.
Yes, Mr. Hood.
I didn't notice this on Zoom. If I could, I guess maybe get the Zoom link so I can talk to Miss Roger.
Miss Roger, is Miss Walter going to come down?
Yes, Judge. And I had conversations earlier with Mr. Hood. I have his cell phone, so I'll call him.
Okay.
How you doing? Okay.
Yeah, I can call him, and then yes, Ms. Waldrop's coming down with plea paperwork here in a second.
Okay, very good. So
she's gonna call me.
Yeah, she'll call you. Okay. And Mr. Thomas is also position 25.
Yeah, same
Okay, thank you. Let's see, position 26, Samantha Torchon, Torchon.
Yes, that's me.
Good afternoon. Hi, I'm doing fine. Thank you, ma'am. Let's see, do you have private counsel representing you in this?
No, I'm representing myself today.
Okay, would you like to see if you qualify for the services of the public defender?
I do believe that I'll be ruled as, well, hopefully not guilty of these charges. So I really think it'll just be as simple as that. So, I mean, if the opportunity comes about and it's necessary, then yes, but I was just hoping to get it resolved today.
Okay, so let me just say that it's always, if you qualify for the services of the public defender, it's always best, if you're not an attorney yourself, to have someone represent you that is familiar with the legal process. If the state was going to dismiss the charges, they might have done so by now. So I'm happy to either let you qualify for a public defender. If you don't want to do that, then I'm happy to let you speak with a solicitor regarding the charges and what their offer to resolve them would be. I do want to inform you, though, that anything you say can be used against you in speaking with, or even giving your side. So if it were me, I would see if I could qualify for the services of a public defender to see if they can help me. But it's totally up to you as far as what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and take the opportunity.
Okay.
Honestly, I just finished classes to get into legal studies, so maybe I might be over my head thinking that I can represent myself. Yeah, I'll definitely take that.
Okay, this is Mr. Gates is here, and he'll be happy to assist. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Positions 27 and 28. Deep Row Wilson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon. Mr. Hood, your client is in the courtroom with me.
That's correct, Your Honor. I didn't realize it was on Zoom until this morning. Judge, Mr. Wilson has two cases, 19 CR 004210G. We were offered a diversion resolution. I believe we expect to accept that resolution. We were expecting a dismissal of 4212G, but that case has not yet happened. So I guess we would be ready for trial on the 4212G. but we expect a non-trial diversion resolution of the 4210G.
Okay.
And Your Honor, in regards to position 27, I will send Mr. Hood the diversion form him and his client need to sign to return to me. And on position 28, I will be null crossing that today.
Okay, very good.
Mr. Hood, if you could put your email in the chat, please, so I can send over the form.
That sounds good. We'll do.
Okay. Let's see. And Mr. Wilson and his, I believe that's his son, is in court with me. So as soon as you get the diversion information, you can get it to him and I'll get the null process signed. Would you like for him to wait for the null process, Mr. Hood, or can he be dismissed?
Yeah, I would leave that up to Mr. Wilson. If he wants to wait on it, he's more than welcome to.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, the second charge, they are going to null process, dismiss that charge against you, okay? So you only have the theft by conversion. That is my understanding that you're going to accept the diversion program so that that won't be on your record, okay? All right, okay? All right, so my question to your lawyer was, would you like to wait for the null process to get a copy of it, or would you just like to get a copy from your attorney?
I'll receive a copy.
Okay, all right. If that's the case, anything further for Mr. Wilson, or is he excused?
He's excused, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hood will be in touch with you. You're free to go.
You know, also, I have put my information in the chat, Judge.
Okay.
That completes my business. May I also be excused, Judge?
Yes, yes. You have a good afternoon, Mr. Hood.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone either on Zoom or in court that did not hear their name that came in late? Okay, that being the case, Ms. Reiser, I want to start you out in the breakout room with position number 9, Mr. Murphy, and then we'll go to position number 10, Mr. Thornton, okay?
Sounds good, Judge.
All right, and let's see. Mr. Gaither and Ms. Helen, as soon as you all have announcements for the court, if you'll just please let me know. If we do get any paperwork in as far as the pleas that'll be taken today, let me know that also. Those of you that have requested public defenders, give us a minute. We only have a few with us today, so someone will be with you as soon as they can, but go ahead and complete the applications and that'll help us move things along. Okay, I will court be in recess until somebody's ready to proceed.
Miss Brenda Parada, I just sent you a chat. If you could send me your email and phone number, okay?
Ms. McLeod, I see you there.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I am here.
How are you this afternoon?
I am very well, thank you for asking.
Good. Your client's position 18, Isis Pina.
Yes, Your Honor, she completed the terms of the diversion on May 13th. I emailed the certificate. I just emailed the certificate to the prosecutor.
Okay. Let's see, Ms. Riser's in a breakout at the present time, but I'll make sure that she received the completed paperwork. And it's my understanding that with the completion of the diversion program, the case was going to be non-cross. Was that your understanding?
That was my understanding, Your Honor. I'm happy to email it to the host as well.
Okay, yes, if you'll mail it to Ms. Younger, we appreciate it.
Okay. Ms. Younger, could you please put your email address in the chat so I can send you the certificate?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm back if the court needs me.
Ms. Riser, Ms. McLeod was just saying that on position number 18, that Ms. Pina has completed the diversion program. And it was the understanding that that case would be null crossed.
Okay, who did you email this certificate to, Ms. McLeod?
I just emailed it to Ms. Gray, I think. Hold on, let me make sure of the.
Can you just forward it to me, please?
I can. I emailed it to Miss Garcia, Sarita Garcia. Okay, I will forward it to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there an announcement on position 9, Mr. Johnson?
Judge, if we can go on the jury trial calendar, Ms. Riser and I are going to look at the video and hopefully have an announcement before it comes back up.
Okay, you will be on the next available jury trial calendar, which will probably be August or September.
Thank you, Judge. And like I said, I have a moment to look at the tape and I will communicate with Ms. Riser as soon as I've had a look, and hopefully we can come to a resolution. Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. If we can be excused, my client.
Yes. Yes, you both have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Riser.
Thank you.
I just emailed you the Miss Pina certificate.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Thank you.
And Judge, I have an update on position 24 and 25.
Okay.
I just spoke with Mr. Hood on the phone. He's going to come in and get some plea paperwork from Miss Waldrop. Position 24 will be a plea and 25 will be null prost.
Okay. Can I place you into the breakout room with Mr. Thornton now, please?
Yes, Your Honor, you can. And what position is that?
And
I'm sorry, Judge, what position was that? I'm sorry.
position 10. Is
10,
Mr. Thornton with us? Okay. All right, thank you all, Ms. Reiser, Mr. Thornton. Were you able to communicate everything that you needed to?
Yes,
We're gonna work on it, Judge.
Okay,
yeah,
very good.
we discussed some things. We're gonna continue our discussions, and then we're just gonna move this to a trial calendar.
Okay, excellent. I appreciate you all at least speaking for the court today. We'll place this on the next jury trial calendar, which will probably be in August or September, but you'll get notice.
Thank you.
All right. If nothing further, Mr. Thornton, Mr. Jones, you all have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
And Judge, I know the victim is on this case, Ms. Haynes. Let me see. Ms. Haynes, I saw you put in the chat that you wanted to address the court or speak or say something. Okay, you'll have to come off mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, and Ms. Haynes, before you say anything, is it something that you want to just say to the court, or do you want to speak with me, the prosecutor, about it?
I just want to say it to the court. It's just going to be short and sweet and to the point.
Okay, if you'll raise your right hand. Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor. This case has been going on since 2017. I have made every court appearance, and sometimes Mr. Jones nor his attorney showed up. It's been continued and continued and continued. And I feel like me as the victim, I'm being treated more like the criminal, because in most of the situations, I was subpoenaed to come to court and I showed up every single time. I have not missed a hearing, regardless of whether I received a subpoena or not. And it's just, I know approximately since 2019, if I'm not mistaken, I have been to multiple hearings for a plea, and it just continues to get continued and continued and continued. It is now 6.5 years, and I'm just not understanding why we can't move forward with this case, because every time I show up, I feel like I'm being re-victimized because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I feel like I've been blindsided every single time. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, ma'am. Let me just say to you that I apologize that things have taken so long. Unfortunately, we had the pandemic in the middle of all of this. One of my responsibilities is to assist in moving these cases along, which is why I wanted the attorneys to speak on this matter today. I can guarantee you that I will be handling this case from here on out, and this case is now on what's called the Orca calendar to help clear up some of the backlogs of these cases. This case is going to be placed on the next available jury trial calendar, and either and some way or another, it will go forward on that calendar. There will be no further continuances on this matter. So you can rest assured that in the next 3 or 4 months that it will be placed on a jury trial calendar, and that this court will try to move it forward as quickly as possible. So we appreciate your continued working with the public defender and with the court to move the case forward. Okay. So just rest assured that that the next calendar that this is on, that we will have some type of resolution. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Do I need to notify the court that I have vacation days pending in August and in September? Do I send that to?
Miss Haynes, if I can judge, Miss Haynes, our victim advocate, Miss Clemens, is going to give you a call. She'll get those dates, and when the case gets set, we can let the court know if you have any conflict dates, so we can potentially schedule around those, or make sure we get the case heard.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right. You all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Riser, while you were out, position number 13, the case with Attorney Ford, I will also place that on the next available jury trial calendar.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, Charles Thornton here. Are we finished with Mr. Jones' case? I think that's case number 10.
Yes, you're free to go. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
And Judge, on position 18 with Miss McLeod's client, I did receive that certificate. I'll submit a null pros today.
Okay. If you just get that to me, I'll get it signed and entered.
Yes.
Okay, I believe that we're waiting on the public defenders to speak. So we will be in recess until one of them comes back. So are we ready with Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Riser, yes, please.
Yes, I'm here, Judge.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Thomas. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you,
A
sir.
little louder too. Yes, sir.
And is that on?
Yeah, I believe it is on. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Riser.
Yes, Judge. This is position 25 and 24. I'll start with position 24. This is case number 18 CR 001345G. State of Georgia versus Nicholas Benjamin Thomas. Mr. Thomas will be entering a plea today to count 3, reckless driving. The state's recommended sentence is 12 months of probation, a $1,000 fine, 40 hours of community service, an alcohol drug evaluation, and any treatment if deemed necessary, 1 risk reduction, and 1 victim impact panel. The remaining charges, count 1 and 2, will be null prost. In regards to to position 25, case number 19 DF000050G, State of Georgia versus Nicholas Benjamin Thomas. The state will be submitting a null pros on that case today, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Hood,
Yes.
anything further?
No, Judge. These are the terms of the plea.
Mr. Thomas, it's my understanding that in case 18 CR 001345G, you wish to plead guilty to reckless driving. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Have you all gotten the information as far as how we would report to probation?
No.
And we'll give you that before you go. If you'll report in the next 2 weeks or so. Ms. Reiser, is there any objection to once he completes the terms of the probation that I go to a non-reporting status?
No objection from the state.
Okay, so the sooner you get all the terms done, the sooner you won't have to report to probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, anything further?
No.
All right, you all have a good afternoon.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so we can just wait right here.
Yes.
Okay.
And Judge, I did have an update on 3 announcement if the court is ready.
Okay, give me 1 second, Ms. Helen.
I'll be talking to.
Okay. No, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, here you go. Okay, Ms. Helen, I'm ready.
My first announcement is position 2, Mr. Corey Calhoun. I spoke to Mr. Calhoun. I took his application. He does not qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office. He would like to directly speak to Ms. Reiser this morning, this afternoon. I do have that phone number to just expedite it. I can just send that cell number over in the chat if that would be easiest.
Okay, that'll be fine, Ms. Helen. And let's see, is Mr. Calhoun?
I asked him to return back to the Zoom call. He was using his phone, I believe. I think that's him, iPhone 2.
Okay. All right, I'll speak with him when he comes back, Ms. Helen.
Okay, understood, Judge.
The next announcement?
And again, Judge, position 19, Miss Brenda Prada.
Okay.
She's on the Zoom call. I spoke to Miss Prada, I took her application. She too does not qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office, but I do have her phone number. She advised she would like to speak directly to the Solicitor's Office.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay, I'll be with you, Mr. Calhoun. Just 1 moment. And yes, the final announcement, Ms. Helen.
And that'll be for Mr. Silva, position 21. It is the same announcement, Judge. Did not qualify for our services. I do have his application. I'll be submitting that to our office, but he too would like to speak with the Solicitor's Office today. And if not, I do believe Mr. Silva said he would be seeking his own counsel if he were not able to work it out today with Ms. Reiser.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Helen. So for, let's see, Mr. Calhoun, Ms. Parada, and can you come on with me, Mr. Silva?
Yes, sir.
Hello, yes, yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay, can you activate your camera for me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. Let me just say that I'm going to advise you all 3 together. You all have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Ms. Reiser represents the state in these matters. I'm happy to give you the opportunity to speak with her if you have anything that you need to say to her. Otherwise, if you just want to hear what the offer is from the state regarding this matter, I'm happy to put that on, just put that on the record. So, Mr. Calhoun, would you like me to put her offer on the record, or would you like to speak with her directly?
I'm really just get the matter, if I could handle today. It's been going on since 2017. I actually been incarcerated for it twice already before for like missing court and been issued a FTA. So I would like to get it.
Okay, Ms. Reiser, can you just put on the record what the offer is?
Yes, for Mr. Calhoun's case, It would be a plea to, counts 1 through 3, 12 months of probation, a $500 fine, and a theft prevention class. Counts 2 and 3, 12 months probation to run concurrent to count 1.
So a $500 fine and tell me again, Ms. Rogers, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. The theft prevention class.
Okay. So you understand that, Mr. Calhoun, a $500 fine and a theft prevention class. Once you've completed those, you'd be on probation. I would have the probation terminate once you complete the theft prevention class and pay the $500. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll just proceed with that. That sounds doable. And if I agree with that today, let's start today, and I won't have to come back to court and anything.
We have paperwork that we have to fill out in regards to a guilty plea. Mr. Calhoun, do you have the ability to receive and transmit paperwork?
I'm actually in the process of moving right now, and I just packed up all my computer equipment is packed up.
Okay, so why don't I do this? Why don't I place you on a calendar where you can come down to court in front of me, and we can get the paperwork filled out and get this completed quickly, okay? Do we have another?
Judge, we have tomorrow, Friday, and then next week, the 6th, 7th, and 8th, or excuse me, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay, let me see. I would prefer to. Yeah, I'm not on the calendars tomorrow and Friday, and I'm not sure about next week. So let me
look.
Okay. Is that my calendar? I'm not. Let me pull it up. Okay. Yes, I'm here next on the 7th. Okay. What about next Wednesday?
That'll be perfect. I'll pencil it in now and make it happen.
Okay, and let's see, is that a 1:30 calendar or? Okay, 9 o'clock, Mr. Calhoun?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that fine with you, Ms. Rising?
Yes, Judge, I'll be there.
Okay, so we're gonna reset this for next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Once you get here, Mr. Calhoun, we'll have you fill out the paperwork and we'll move it forward. If okay, you have any questions for me?
No, appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'll see you down here in person Wednesday the 7th. Okay.
Yeah. Have a good evening.
You have a good afternoon, sir. All right. Let's see. Ms. McLeod, I have signed that that non-cross. Is there anything further needed this afternoon? Okay. She's not with us. Ms. Parada.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me. Oh, there she is. Hold on, Ms. Parada. One moment.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was having a difficult time getting my camera and my sound on. That is all I have before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, you have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Parada, let's see. Ms. Reiser, what is the offer for Ms. Parada?
Sorry, Judge. Pleading guilty to count 1, and it would just be 12 months of probation, a $300 fine, and Operation 21.
And Ms. Reiser, I just saw Ms. Prada's reaction. I don't know if she understands Operation 21.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking down. So Operation 21 is just a 4-hour course about the laws of the state of Georgia in the United States, and just about that and why we don't break the laws.
And there's a fine and 12 months of probation.
Yep. And then, of course, if you finish your class and pay the fine, the state would be agreeable to terminate probation.
So you'll only be on probation, Ms. Parada, until you pay the fine and do the 4-hour course. Once you complete the course and pay the fine, then you'll be done.
And the course has a fee to it too. People forget that.
Oh.
That course has a fee.
How much is the fee for the course, if I may ask?
I think it's like $180. If you go to the website, it's on the website.
Okay. And yeah, I plead guilty.
Okay. Do you have the ability to receive and transmit paperwork?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's see. Can we get her the paperwork, Ms. Reiser?
Yes, Judge. Can she give me her email address, please?
Yes, ma'am. Can I type it in the chat?
Yes, you can please. Yeah, type it in the chat.
Okay. And finally, we have Mr. Silva. And Mr. Silva, you have been charged with DUI. What, Ms. Reiser, what is the offer?
Yes, pleading to count 1 DUI less safe, 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served, 24 hours, so no additional jail time, balance to be on probation, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment if deemed necessary, 1 risk reduction, and 1 victim impact panel. Count 2 will be null prost.
Mr. Silva, that might be something that you need to speak with an attorney about. If you need time to hire an attorney or you want to hire an attorney, I'm happy to give you that opportunity.
Yeah, but what, can you repeat what you say? I didn't hear. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll repeat it. So if you wanted to enter a plea today to resolve the case, the state's offer would be pleading to 1 count of DUI less safe.
What does that mean?
So when you're entering a plea, you're entering a guilty plea to 1 count of DUI alcohol less safe. So you're charged with DUI and failure to maintain lane. So you'd be pleading guilty to 1 count of DUI alcohol less safe. And the terms of your plea would be 12 months to serve 24 hours, but we're giving you credit for the time that you served. So credit for 24 hours. So no additional jail time, and the balance would just be on probation. So while you're on probation for the 12 months, you would have to complete the following conditions. You would have to pay a $300 fine plus court cost and surcharges.
But plus what you say? Sorry.
A $300 fine plus the fees that are associated with it.
What was the fee for association?
So yeah, so the fine, there will be some the add-on like court surcharges. So your fine would probably be a little bit higher than $300.
Around how much average?
Judge, I'm not too sure. I think it may be probably around in the 5s.
100.
I think it may be, don't quote me for sure because I'm not positive on the total amount, but it would probably be around 500 in the $500 range.
Do you say I need to go to community service if I?
Yes. So in addition to the fine, you would have to complete 40 hours of community service.
40 hours, you say?
Yes. Okay. To have an alcohol and drug evaluation with a counselor.
What does that mean? Sorry.
Yeah, so an alcohol drug evaluation is with a certified counselor. And it's
Mhm.
basically you go in and you talk with them and answer their questions. And if they determine that you need treatment, then you'll
Mhm.
need to follow that treatment. If you
Mhm.
don't need treatment, then that condition is satisfied.
Oh, okay. I need to pay like a course there or?
I believe the evaluation does cost some. So it would be the cost of getting the evaluation.
Oh, they just evaluate me what I do. Okay.
And then you have another class, which is what we call risk reduction or DUI school.
Okay.
And then one other class, which is a victim impact panel, which you can do online.
That's what is a class for DUI, you mean?
Yes, so a victim impact panel is a class about basically an awareness of the consequences and things that can happen when people drink and drive. It's usually sponsored by MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. So it's a course, I believe it's a 2 to 3 hour course, and you can do that online.
Oh, okay. Do I need to pay for that course?
I believe there may be a fee associated with that as well.
Okay. And okay, if let's say okay, I say I agree everything. Where I like how can I start like that?
Yeah, so you would meet with probation, and probation can give you the information you need to make sure that you go to the correct places to do your class.
Probation means like they just see me what I'm doing or what does it mean?
Yeah, so everything, so all the conditions that you complete, so like all of your classes and community service, you will show proof to your probation officer, and they keep record of that. So when then you complete everything, the court is aware that you've completed everything that you agreed to do.
Okay. What about my license? Is it gonna be suspended or because I having a good record driving? I don't have no ticket after 7 years. I've been clean. I have no problem.
So yes, your license would be suspended. However, since this is your first DUI arrest and or conviction, you would be entitled to what we call an affidavit of first conviction. So what that means is even though your license would be suspended, you can take that paperwork to DDS and apply for a limited driving permit. And that limited driving permit would allow you to go places like work, school, medical appointments, things like that. So technically, yes, your license would be suspended, but you would have the opportunity to have a limited driving permit.
Yeah, and for how long is will suspended? If
I believe on your first, it's 120 days. I believe someone in the court, please correct me if I'm wrong, but
that's about right.
I believe, yes, it's 120 days. But during that time, if you have a limited driving permit, you're able to go to those places that are listed on your permit.
120 days, that's 3 months?
That's, yes.
3 months or 4 months?
That's about 4 months.
No, that's 4 months. Thank you, Mr. Guether.
Okay, 4 months suspended. And then how can I reactivate again normally my license in the future after these 4 months?
All that would have to be done through the Department of Driver Services.
I need to go to the driver.
Yeah, you would go back to driver services and reinstate your original license.
Okay. Okay, I will just take it because
Hold
I'm
on,
done.
hold on, Mr. Silva. Before you do that, you will always have a DUI on your record as far as this is concerned. You may need to speak personally with a lawyer to advise you of things that of this recommendation. Okay, so if you want time to hire a lawyer, I'm happy to give you that opportunity. Or if you want to speak with a lawyer, knowing what the recommendation is, then I'm happy to give you that opportunity. But it's
Yes, Your Honor.
it's still up to you as far as if you want to accept that or not, but your best interest might be talking with someone who can properly advise you.
Yeah. Yeah, I hire a private lawyer, but my lawyer passed away. Fortunately, I hire, pay, and I don't have money again, to pay again. So it was a bad luck of me. I was trying to, because it was.
Judge, may I at least ask this with respect to the lawyer passing away?
Yes.
Mr. Silva,
Yeah.
Frank Gaither, the public defender's office. Let me ask you this. How long ago was it when Mr. Burnett passed away?
This happened, I think he passed away on 2019.
Okay. What I would recommend is that you call the State Bar of Georgia, okay? And let them know that Mr. Russell Burnett passed away. And do they have any record of them collecting all his files, dispersing any client fees or anything of that nature? Because the State Bar would move in and do that if no one else did it for him, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just frustrated right now, and I'm not feeling well.
I understand, but call the State Bar of Georgia and let them know that the attorney passed away. Because in events like that, if the lawyer doesn't have someone in the office to do that for him or her, the State Bar typically will take those functions over. They'll disperse funds, fees, any money in the trust account. So that may be an option for you.
Okay. It's not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mr. Silva, you're not having to make a decision right today, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to maybe do all of that. And I'm gonna place you on another calendar. If you want to move forward when you come back with taking a plea, I'm happy to do that. But I want to give you the opportunity to
Yes, yes, my honor, but I just want to finish this as soon as possible. So I just gonna go for whatever punish me. I mean, I just go for it.
All right. So again, I would prefer to see you in person as opposed to doing this over Zoom. Are you able to come in next Wednesday at 9 o'clock to take the plea?
Yeah, yes, I can come. You want me to come to the court?
Yes, we'll send you a notice of where you should come, and it'll be easier for the court and to get you to sign the paperwork and to get everything done if you're here in person. Okay.
Okay, I will go then there.
Okay.
So what date?
It's going to be next Wednesday, the 7th, 9 o'clock.
Okay, 9 in the morning or
9 in the morning. Yes.
Is any way more later than 9 or no?
Well, that's the time court starts. So.
Okay, because I work that day. Okay. Is any other day available? Oh.
Do we have a 1:30 calendar that day?
Yes, you do have.
Does 1:30 work better for you?
Yeah, yes, I can make 1:30 for sure.
Okay, we'll put you as an add-on for the 1:30 calendar next Wednesday, the 7th.
Yes. Are you gonna send me a letter for notice or?
Yes, we'll get you notice. Okay.
Okay. Honor. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. I will. And if you can get that paperwork together, Ms. Riser, so that we have that ready to go when he gets here.
Okay. What paper? Oh, for the. Okay, yeah. Who's gonna help me with that paper?
Well, unfortunately, you're gonna have to fill the paperwork out yourself. No one can advise you as far as, but maybe we will be able to have someone sit with you. But
okay. And okay, all right. Okay, I understand now.
Any other questions for me?
I think that's gonna be all, my honor.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. I'm dismissed now.
Yes, have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good day too.
Yes, Your Honor, I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Burks.
I would like to hear the offer from the state in my case.
Well, it's my understanding that are you represented by Mr. Fisher?
Well, I haven't officially paid the retaining fee for the case yet, but before I do that, I would just like to hear the offer.
Well, I can tell you with the offense that you have, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Reiser, they normally, the state normally asks for a year in jail. So, is that right, Ms. Reiser? You're asking for a year in custody?
As of right now, yes, Judge. I'm in talks to see if there's a different one, but as of right now, it is 12 months to serve.
Okay, I will hire my attorney.
Okay. So I'm going to reset you, Mr. Burks. Again, you've been here before, but till the August 2nd status calendar at 1:30.
Okay, thank you. Am I free to go?
Yes. Have a good afternoon, sir.
Judge M, am I free to go?
Who's speaking? I'm sorry.
Ms. Parada.
Brenda Prada.
No, Ms. Parada, it's my understanding that you were going to accept a plea. To do that,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to get the paperwork back from you, and I'm going to have to take that plea. Okay, so.
Okay, so I have to send the paperwork first?
Yeah, you have to complete the paperwork and send it back in first.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have two announcements on my cases as well. Position 20, Ms. Khadijah Shabazz. We're going to work that case out, Judge. Logistically, we're just not going to be able to do it today. Ms. Shabazz is pregnant and she has 2 young kids as well. So we would just like to get reset for the next available court date in front of Your Honor. Because I haven't even had a chance to give Ms. Reiser a call yet. So if we could just set that to the next date, that way I have everything worked out, paperwork, you know, what our final negotiation will be, we'll walk in and take the plea.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the final plea calendar on July 5th.
Ms. Shabazz, is July 5th good for you? Take yourself off mute.
Yes.
Is it good? Okay.
Okay, so if you'll have all that paperwork ready, we can get you in and out as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
Is Ms. Shabazz excused, Judge?
Yes, have a good afternoon, Ms. Shabazz. We'll see you back in July.
Okay, thank you.
And the next announcement, Judge, is position 26, Ms. Tershawn. She's here in the courtroom.
Yes.
I will represent her. Just need to have this case reset to the next calendar, Judge. I need to at least file an entry. I tried to pull her case up on Odyssey. I don't see a police report or anything, so I don't know what's going on in the case.
Okay, the August 2nd status calendar.
That'd be perfect.
Okay.
What position was that, Mr. Gaither? I'm sorry.
Position 26.
26. Okay, yes. I'll send over everything we have on that.
Okay.
Well, very good. I'm glad that you made the application. Thank you for doing that. Okay. All right. We'll see you next time.
All right. Have a good day.
I'll call you.
Lascala, did you have something for the court? You just observing us today.
Learning a lot. Talking to my favorites over here. Thank you.
Okay. So, is Ms. Parada the last?
Yes, Judge, and I emailed her the plea paperwork. So hopefully she's filling that out right now.
Okay, so while we're waiting on that, why don't we, Ms. Younger, why don't we go through the calendar?
Pardon me, Your Honor. Is it okay if I fill it out on paper and take a picture and send it through the email?
That I don't know, because I don't know if that's going to be adequate for our system. Ms. Parada, I don't know if I offered you this before or not, to come down next Wednesday and fill out the paperwork and be here in person to take the plea.
Next Wednesday?
Yes.
At what time would I have to go?
You can choose between 9 a.m. and 1:30.
Okay, I'll do it at 9 a.m.
Okay, so we'll send you a notice for 9 a.m. Next Wednesday. And if you'll just bring that paperwork that you have, and complete that, and I'll try to get you in and out as quickly as possible, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You'll get a notice, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, have a good afternoon, ma'am.
You too, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, position 1, Bert was a reset status, August 2nd. That's too much, okay. Position 2, reset add-on final plea for June 7th. Position 3, Carter was a bench warrant. Position 4, Daughtery is a bench warrant. Position 5, Holiday is a bench warrant. Position 6, Holmes was, and 7, sorry, they submitted the application for DUI court. Is there gonna be a reset to it?
Yeah, let's reset that also for the August 2nd status calendar, see if that's accomplished. Ms. Helen, is that okay with you? Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's not your case.
Yeah, Judge, that should be good. DUI court team's pretty quick on getting that. I anticipate usually it takes, I don't know, 15, 30 days for everything to be completed.
Okay, so we'll reset that to August 2nd.
Position 8, Jackson is a reset for jury trial, further notice. Position 9, Johnson was a reset jury trial, further notice. Position 10, Jones, reset jury trial, further notice. Position 11, Kimber, is a reset for August 2nd at 1:30. Position 12, Mans was a bench warrant. Position 13, Mumbai is a reset for a jury trial, further notice. Position 14, Moody is a reset for August 2nd, status at 1:30. Position 15, Morris is a bench warrant. Position 16, Neal was a reset August 2nd at 1:30. Position 17, Newston, is a reset to August 2nd status. Position 18 was a non-cross. Position 19, she'll be reset for June 7th, the add-on calendar, at 9 a.m. Position 20, Shabazz, reset July 5th, final plea 9 a.m. Position 21, Silva, reset for June 7th also, at 1:30 p.m. Position 22, Stevens, reset August 2nd, 1:30. Position 23, Taylor is a bench warrant. Position 24, Thomas was a plea and his other case was a no-cross. Position 25. Position 26, Torchin is a reset August 2nd, status at 1:30. Position 27 is Wilson, I'm sorry, reset for diversion, and 28 would be no-cross.
Okay, questions, concerns?
Ms. Younger, do you have all the paperwork you need from me? I think I sent everything.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Okay, all right, thank you all. I'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.